Hi. Hello, family. Happy summer days. It's very warm outside, so I'm recording this outside. I don't even know if this looks like outside. I'm in my backyard. Let me show you guys. I'm in my backyard. I'm just chilling here. Got my chairs, got my wall in the background. Feeling good. I'm outside. Hat forwards or backwards? I'll say backwards. It's a warm day, nice day. I didn't have much to do today, but I did have to record. I did have to talk about the Word of God. That's something I always gotta do. 24/7, it's my job. So that's what I'm doing now, and I'm presenting it to you guys. And one subject that I really want to talk about right now is a subject that I don't see spoken about too much. But it is something that is very much true because I've seen it in my own life. I've seen it in other lives. And I just see it every single day. But like I said, it's not spoken about too much. So I'm going to speak about it. And what it's about is basically the whole concept of why you can't receive more than what you have right now. You know, you pray to God, you ask God, why do I have so little? Why can I get more? Why can't you trust me with more? Why can I get a better job? Why can I get more money? Why can I get better friends? Stuff like that. You plead to God for all these things that you want, and you're confused. You don't know why you don't receive them, right? I was the same way. I would say last year, 2 years ago, my whole life basically, I was always someone who complained for things all the time. I was always someone who wanted more. Who wanted more money, a better job, better friends, a better girlfriend, stuff like this. You know, I'm using examples. But the closer I dug into God's Word, the more I realized that if you aren't grateful for what you have now, you shouldn't receive more, because then you just wouldn't be grateful with those. And I want to bring something up right now. It's Luke chapter 16, verse 10. Jesus is talking about a parable, and he ends up saying this at the end. If you are faithful in little things, you will be faithful in large ones. But if you are dishonest in little things, you won't be honest with the greater responsibilities. And then he even says it in Matthew chapter 25, verses 28. Oh, verses 29, excuse me. To those who use well with what they are given, even more will be given, and they will have an abundance. But from those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away. So what do these verses mean, you may ask? What these verses mean is just the fact that how are you going to ask God for more money if you can't even use the money that you have right now good? You're not responsible with the money you have right now. You're not tithing, you're not saving, you're not investing, you're not being smart with your money. Why would God trust you with more money? Because at the end of the day, everything that we have, everything that we receive from God, it's, like I said, if we receive it from God, it's not from our own doing. You have that job because God gave you the responsibility of it. He gave you the gifts to be able to do what you do at your job, and he gave it to you. It's a gift from God. So why would he give you more if you're not even doing good with the gift that you have right now? And you may say to yourself, oh, but it's not what I want. Because this is how I was. I was always that person who was always like, oh, but once I get a better job, I'll do it better. Or once I get more money, I'll save it better. That's not true. That's not true. I don't care who you are. If you say it to yourself, you're lying to yourself. Whether you like it or not, you're lying to yourself. Because the way you are in one small aspect and one little thing is how you are with everything. If you're lazy in one thing, you're going to be lazy in everything. If you give your 100% in one thing, you're going to give your 100% in everything. I've noticed this in my own life. I remember, I'm going to use an example. For example, last year, I was working more hours than my job. So I should be making more money. But compared to this year, I would say I'm not working as many hours this year. But this isn't me boasting, this isn't me talking anything. I'm just saying what I've literally seen. I do tend to have more money now than I did last year. Why? I have no idea. I started being more responsible with my money. I started tithing. I started giving glory and gratefulness to God, if that even makes sense, gratefulness. I started being more grateful with God for the things that he has given me at the moment instead of wishing for the things that I did not have. You need to be grateful with what you have right now instead of consistently wishing for what you don't have. Because when you're consistently just wishing for things over and over and over again, that's dishonest, that's not being grateful at all. And why would God trust you with more if he can't even trust you with what little you have right now? He won't. He wouldn't. Because at the end of the day, everything that we receive, like I said, is gifts from God. So he can't trust you with small gifts that he gives you. Why would he trust you with even bigger ones? It makes no sense. He can't trust you with making $200 a week because you're going to go ahead and spend it all the next 2 days. So why would he give you $500 a week? You're just going to blow all that off too. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it to my son. If I had a son and I gave him $50 allowance every single week and he spent it all the next day, I'm not gonna give him 100 the next week. No, that's a waste. He doesn't know to be smart with it. So he wouldn't learn anything. I would argue that me giving him that $100 and consistently increasing it, even though he's irresponsible, I would argue that is less love and that is more so just ignorance. Because I'm not helping, I'm not teaching him anything. I'm not preparing him for a real world scenario where he actually needs to be smart with his money. So why would God give you more than what you can't even handle right now? Why would God give you a better house, a better apartment, if the one you have right now is all dirty? If the one you have right now you don't take care of, but you say, oh, it's not mine though, it's the landlord's, or it doesn't belong to me. But at the moment you are entrusted with that square area, space, whatever you want to call it. You are entrusted with that, and you can't even keep it maintained. You can't even keep it clean. So why would you be trusted with more? Why would you be trusted with your own house? You shouldn't. How are you gonna say you want a better job, but the job you have right now, you're lazy, you don't like it, you have an attitude, you're rude?
Jesus King!
How would you get a better one? That makes no sense at all. And if you do have little and you don't like it, instead of thinking, why can't God give me more? Or why can't God just bless me more? Start thinking, how can I honor God with what I have right now? And don't do it for the benefit. Don't do it just so that you can reap the good part of it. Do it because you want to honor God in the little that you have right now, so that He could trust you. Not so that you could receive more, but so that He could trust you with more. And so you can show Him that, yeah, God, I'm your servant. You have made me a steward, and this is me honoring you. Why would God give you a better car if the car you have right now smells, looks like a dump, looks like trash? It makes no sense. Stop asking God for more if you can't even be faithful with what you have right now. That's greed. And funny enough, this actually reminds me of this one rapper, J. Cole. I don't know if you guys know him. Probably do. He has this one song called Love Yours, and it's basically, I haven't heard the song from being on. I've heard it, but like I've never really dove into it. But based off like the main things I've heard about it, is that it's basically that whole concept of you're never gonna appreciate what you could get if you don't appreciate what you already have. And that's so true. Because you always expect that you're gonna be happier once you get the better job, once you make more money, once you get the better car, once you get the hot girl, all that stuff. But you don't realize that everything that you truly love, you have around you right now. If you are faithful in the little things, you will be faithful in the large things. And why are you constantly worrying about your future, about what you want, what you need, instead of focusing on the blessed thing that you have right now, and in the ways God has blessed you, and in the gifts that He has given you at the moment? You should be more grateful for those. Voice crack is crazy. You should be more grateful for those than yearning for the things that you don't have. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say, because I see too many people complaining, pleading for more, begging for more, but they're not responsible for what they have right now. They say, oh, once I get a better car, once I get a better job, once I get a better this, they're gonna be more faithful. That's not true, bro. I don't care who you think you are, that's not true. You need to start being faithful now, so you can show God that He can trust you with more. Because He's never gonna give you more if you're lazy, you're arrogant, you're rude with what you have right now. That makes no sense. So start being faithful, start being grateful now, so naturally the things that you want will come to you. Jesus tells us, those who are faithful in the little will receive more. So fix your mindset. Don't wish, start being grateful, trust in God. That's all I gotta say. It's pretty warm out. But yeah, guys, that's all I gotta say. Wish you guys a great day. God bless. Take care.